Well, hey, it's Rob and Diego, and I've got the whole day to myself. It's a Monday in early May 2022, and I've never sat down to document the entire process of writing and recording a song. So that's my idea for today. I usually start off with some sort of chord progression, just something to kind of work with, and I've been messing around here for a second and came up with something. I usually like to have a little motion in the chords, I call it. Maybe something that suggests something melodically. So instead of playing this, I will play something like, because even that little idea of a melody might suggest something later on for me. And so here's the little chord progression, little piece I came up with here just a couple minutes ago. So like I said, I've got a little bit of motion in a couple of those chords, a little bit of action going on there, and that will help me to generate maybe a melody, some sort of melodic theme or something or other for the song. Something I do a lot. And I'm doing it today with this kind of idea. So we got that, but what's the song about? So as I was hanging out in this bed this morning, the one I normally sleep in, I started to think of maybe some sort of an idea for the song. I had a plan to maybe capture that today, and just a line came into my head. For the most part, I really don't have any kind of idea what I'm going to be writing about. Sometimes I'm inspired, current events or something happening in my own life, or a funny idea I have to write a song or whatever, and we'll go with that. But more often than not, it's just noodling around, coming up with some kind of anchor, like that little chord progression I just played, and a couple lines that came into my mind that I will type on the phone here. Who knows if you can even read that from here, but I've got, these are the days we hope to find. And I think it's going to fit with those chords that I just played. So let's see what we can come up with. All right, back to this bed. And so now I'm going to take those words that I was laying in bed and just kind of came up with there for no particular reason, and kind of see if we can match them up to the chord progression I just thought of. And I've tried it once through already, and it sounds like something. Maybe. We'll see. And like I said, you'll see how I kind of suggest the melody by the way I'm playing the chords. These are the days we hope to find. I like doing something like that in the melody, where the melody stays the same, but the chords are changing. So here, these are the days, and the same note, the days. So the chords are changing, but the melody is still what you heard before. These are the... Yuck. One of the most difficult things to do in singing is to come in with the right note. I'll, critique myself a lot. Not that, I am any type of a vocalist at all, but it's one of my biggest problems is just hitting that first note right from the top. I mean, professional singers have a problem doing it too, but it is just hard to jump in on that first note. And for me, it's almost impossible for me to sing if I don't have a guitar in my hand, because the guitar is really suggesting, and I'm listening and analyzing, and that's helping me to know where I should be vocally. I also use a technique here. You can see where I put a capo on the guitar. This range here, the guitar, is kind of where I can sing. Anything down here, it's, too low. Up here, it might be too high. So I find myself in this range more often than not, and it's just a nicer sound when you throw the capo on there, I think. So I like the capo at the second position, or the fourth, the fifth sometimes. and we're just doing it here today. These are the days we hope to find. Now I already know I'm going to do na 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 na, and then go somewhere from here. Find is a good word to try to rhyme with. I'm sure there's some stuff in there that we can match it up with, or, you know, I'm not above cheating. So I'm hoping you can see the stuff on the phone here. I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's very easy with your phone just to type in the word find and get a list of rhymes that will match up with it. Different syllables, that kind of stuff. Purblind, yeah, that's a word I often use. It's actually a word in a Prefab Sprout song. Bacon rind, bear in mind. All right, so this will give you a bunch of ideas. I would probably just use the one syllable since it's rhyming with find. So we've got blind, that's pretty good. Mind, of course. Wind, yeah. So maybe blind, I'm not sure. Some of these words will just jump out at you more than others. Find. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, it will rhyme with that, but, you know, it's going to sound the same. All right, back a few minutes later, and so the songs often will kind of start to tell me what they're about if I don't come into it with any preconceived idea. Something I think about fairly often is a conversation I had with my grandmother once, where she was talking about my grandfather, my dad's dad, when he was getting pretty old, and he never was a real active guy to begin with. He worked very hard, then came home and sat and watched TV. He didn't even speak English very well, and I'm not even sure if he even understood what he was watching half the time. But spent a lot of time on the couch watching TV, and at some point, like I said, he got old, and my grandmother said he just sits around the house saying, "Where did all the time go? Where did the years go?" And we all kind of wonder that. I mean, I'm 55 now, you know, no spring chicken, you know, college was decades ago. Like, where does it all go? So maybe that's kind of what I'm writing about today. I've thrown together some lyrics here. If I come up with an idea for a chorus, a lot of the time I will start the song with that chorus. It's just what I wrote first. So these are not the most inspired lyrics, by the way, but maybe I'm just explaining how to write and record a song today, or how I do it versus actually trying to write a decent song. I don't know, just something to do. It's kind of a bit, you know, self-referential, because I am trying to fill up this day writing a song, and the topic of the song is, how do you fill up your day? As a freelance sound engineer, I find myself with these days kind of just nothing to do. I mean, I got plenty I could be doing, but and you just kind of wonder, what am I gonna, you know, fill up my day with today? Am I gonna sit around in bed? Am I gonna go out and do something? Who knows? So that's kind of where we're at with this song so far, and here's what we got to this point. These are the days we hope to find. Got some time to myself, no tasks have been assigned. The hours are long, but the days just cruise on by. Where does it go? Time just seems to fly. Maybe I'll find a way to make that a little more interesting, and we'll definitely work on it and perform it a little better, but there's the basic idea there, and now, of course, we gotta do something different. I've come out of that chorus, and I've come up with some sort of verse chord progression, no melody yet, but so we're coming out of... We're going to the, well, it's a G here, but It's an F shape on the guitar and a G. I guess we'll call it the right chord, a G. So we're coming out of the... So we're seeing the G where we were seeing a B minor before. So it's kind of a more major tonality, a happier sound. So here's what I got. And then like a pre-chorus to get back into the chorus. Maybe after this one. And back into the chorus. These are the days we hope to find. Is that how it goes? I'm gonna have to watch this video again. I already forgot my own song. All right, but so we've assembled two parts now, and maybe I'll think of something to do for a bridge, and then start to put it all together. And now I've got a melody. It's kind of pushing the limits of what I can pull off vocally, but it's a start. It's gonna go something like this. Sometimes I just sit and stare at the walls. And like I said, it's a little bit of a challenge for me to sing, but maybe I'll get a little better at it as I'm going along. Sometimes I just sit and stare at the walls. It's something, like I said, and we'll move on from here. So we've got a... verse basically roughed out here, and I'm going to try to perform that and get back into the chorus to see how they sound together. Sometimes I just sit and stare at the walls, and I wonder where the years have gone. I'm just wasting all my time trying to leave the past behind. Then we go back into, and these are the days we hope to find. Some time to myself, no tasks have been assigned. Alright, that's a basic idea so far. And on to the bridge now. Haven't written lyrics for any more verses or any stuff like that. For the bridge, a lot of times I like to just mix it up. I've already used a bunch of chords and having a hard time finding different chords to use, so I'm just going to jump to a chord I've already used in the chorus and start it off there. So I'm coming out of... These are the days I hope to find. Got some time to myself, no tasks have been assigned. Da, da. That's my melody, so I'm going to go up from there. Da, da, so I'm going to go up a little bit and make it feel like the bridge is lifting the song up. Da, da, da. It's been a long, long day. And such a quiet night. Don't have a lot to say. But everything feels right. And then I can go back into my chorus again. These are the days we hope to find. Although I'd probably jump into something else there to break it up a little bit. These are things that I just kind of feel intuitively at this point, just having written 10 million songs that you've never listened to. But anyway, so we basically have all the building blocks now. We got a verse, we got to write some more lyrics, we've got a bridge that kind of takes it to a different place. We know what the chorus is going to be already. Uh-oh, did I just delete that? No. All right, so here we go. We've got some stuff here on the phone already to work with, and we'll continue on from there. All right, and so finally, to put it all together to give you some idea what this song is gonna sound like, we'll just run through the chorus and run through the verse and maybe throw the bridge in there as well, and we can wrap up part 1 of this video, and part 2 we'll finish it up and get it down on tape. Of course, tape now is, you know, just thumb drive, a memory chip, whatever. Doesn't exist anymore, but we'll still use the same terminology. So what we got so far is, these are the days we hope to find. Got some time to myself, no tasks have been assigned. The hours are long, but the days just cruise on by. Where does it go? The time just seems to fly. Sometimes I just sit and stare at the wall, and I wonder where the years have gone. I'm just wasting all my time, trying to leave the past behind. These are the days we hope to find. Got some time to myself, no tasks have been assigned. The hours are long, but the days just cruise on by. Where does it go? The time just seems to fly. It's been a long, long day, and such a quiet night. Don't have a lot to say, but everything feels right. Wow, and well, I don't remember when I started talking, but that's already 3 minutes of video, so maybe this song doesn't need much more. Maybe it only needs 1 verse. Who knows? We'll find out in the next installment of Rob Has Nothing to Do It All Day and writes a song for you.